Hi. It is about almost 10:30, and I decided to do a short um, blog post about this weekend. And I went to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods Market, and a lot of things happened. So today I got to ride my bike. Um, I bought a pump the other day, and it pumped it up, and went for a nice bike ride. There's a park. Um, It's like a boat landing, and there's a great big parking lot where people who put their boats in the water hang out, or they leave the cars while they're boating. And so, but I mean, we live in a small area. There were 4 trucks there with boat carriers there on a beautiful day like today. So people must go somewhere else. But it's big, and I got to ride around and around it because I'm scared of traffic. So it's easier for me uh, to bike in an area like that and get used to the bike. Anyway, that's what I did today. Yesterday, we went to Trader Joe's. It's about an hour away from where we live, so we don't go there very often. Very often. Um, but I've been looking for this cheese. It's called Daiya cheese. Um, Let me get. I was getting out things to show you, and I wanted to specifically show you this one kind that I forgot to grab. So, anyway, I've been going to different. I went to the Daiya site, and I was looking up places that have their cheese, and I know that I like it because I went to the Mellow Mushroom a few weeks ago, and that's a restaurant that sells pizza and other things, but they have vegan menu. They have all their crusts are vegan as long as you don't put the butter and Parmesan on the crust before you put the other ingredients on. So I figured I could just get no cheese and it would be vegan, right? So, well, anyway, um, when I was there a few weeks ago and I said no cheese, and he said, "Well, would you like vegan cheese?" They said, yeah. I said, "Yeah," and so it was really good. Did taste a lot more like American cheese to me, like a white American, than mozzarella, but it was very tasty, and I've been missing cheese. So I went to their website. I've done a little bit of research with different um, kinds of different name brands of vegetarian cheese, vegan cheese, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I found this one kind called Go Veggie, but it has milk in it. So why would you make a dairy-free cheese with milk? I have no idea. But well, anyway, I've been on the search, and I've in our area, all the stores that do have the Daiya products only carry their pizzas, which is nice that you could go in the frozen food section and get a pizza that you could eat. But I like to make my own things, and I like cheese on a lot of um, other cheese, like to make stuffed peppers or make my own mac and cheese, or I don't know, I just want cheese, cheese and crackers, whatever. So anyway, I went bug in my glass here. Changes the flavor every time. A little bit of protein I don't normally get, right? Oh well, don't want to waste it. Already dumped some down the sink earlier. Sorry it's so grainy. It's night time, so I've had to like turn some lamps on and try to make it a little brighter in here. Okay, well anyway, Trader Joe's. I went to Trader Joe's and I got these espresso beans, dark chocolate covered. The chocolate has no dairy in it. It does have cocoa butter, but that's made from the cocoa bean and not from dairy. But a lot of dark chocolates are like that, but you do have to read the labels. Here's the label if you want to freeze it and read it. Okay. But anyway, I like the espresso beans, and you might be able to tell, like, it's 10:30 at night, and I'm like all up and hyper and not sleeping because I just ate a friggin' bunch of coffee beans. Oh well. Um, Hopefully I'll be able to sleep soon. So anyway, another thing that I bought that I haven't tried yet before is this beefless ground beef. Now, I have not been a fan of any of the faux meats that I found so far. I'd just rather not even have meat than to have something that tastes nasty or feels awful in my mouth. But I do have a vegetarian friend that I see pretty regularly, and I asked her the other day what kind of meat substitutes she uses, if any, and she said that she uses the ground beef from Trader Joe's. So I'm hoping that this is going to be good, because I tried some chicken stuff that I found last time I was there, and it was pretty disgusting. Threw it out. So even the tofurkey sausages that I've heard, they have like a good flavor, but they don't feel like meat, and I'm not a fan. And I even tried like barbecue tofu the other day. I pressed the tofu and sliced it up and cooked it in the skillet a little too much, because when I went online it said to cook it for 7 minutes per side, and I tried that and it like made it like tough. And I probably should have marinated it in something beforehand, and I didn't, but I cooked it in, once it was cooked, I cooked it in the skillet with Smoky Bones barbecue sauce, and that tasted good. But it wasn't worth it. I threw all that at it. I'm not going to eat stuff that's gross, and I'm not going to keep trying it. I'd actually rather just like not have any meat than to have something that's gross. And I actually prefer like mushrooms, and because that's got a meaty flavor. So I've been trying different mushroom burgers and stuff to make. Okay, anyway, also almond butter. I've been making my own almond milk. You just stick the almond butter in the blender with some water, and you get almond milk. And it does separate in the jar, but then you can just shake it up and use it for whatever you need. I did actually hear that you could stick a banana in the blender with just like 1 banana to like 2 cups of water or whatever, and it gives you a nice banana flavored milk that you could use for cereal or in a recipe. But almond butter, cashew butter, they make a more fatty milk. So in recipes, you'd want something a little more fat like that. Even soy milk is got more fat in it to make a better consistency in your recipes. Anyway, this is almost gone. It's so good. I've been having almond butter sandwiches, but I've been using it for milk as well. And this week I bought cashew butter as well. It does, on the back, it says it has a little bit of almonds in it, but it's cashew butter. And I did buy raw cashews, because a lot of recipes for cream sauces and stuff call for cashews, and I got the cashew butter because that saves you a step. If it's only cashews and salt and a little bit of almonds, then it's going to be already ground for you. Just throw that in with whatever other ingredients the recipe calls for, and it's a lot less work. And you do use like half the amount. Say it says to use half a cup of raw cashews in a recipe, you'd use a 1/4 cup of the cashew butter, because you've already had blended it. So it's just saving a step, and it's like $8. But, raw nuts are expensive too. And if I didn't eat it on a sandwich all the time, it would last a little while. So anyway, that was another favorite. I was looking for the Daiya cheeses, so I told you. But I did find, yesterday finally I looked up the zip code for the area where I was going to be that day in Newport News, and it said that I could find the Daiya cheeses at Whole Foods Market. But I was going to Trader Joe's anyway, and they had these mozzarella shreds. Haven't tried them yet, but I think I'll compare the ingredients to the Daiya cheese that I did actually find too. But this one doesn't contain milk. They do have another one there that does. So you just have to always read. And they're pretty good about when you're buying foods and the sections, like these are all in the produce section because they're made with vegetables. But they're pretty good about saying underneath all the ingredients, it'll say contains soy, contains milk, contains nuts, wheat, like things like that, because they know that if you're buying these specialty food items that you are skipping some uh, food on purpose, like dairy. Maybe you have an allergy or whatever. So make sure to tell you that it contains milk, which I like. I like that because sometimes you read all the ingredients and it's still hard to figure out what they have. But this is the ingredients list for this particular cheese. And I could actually taste it because the Daiya cheese was pretty good. I tried that. I did find the Daiya shreds also. They melt really good, and they just like cheese. And I knew that it would because of the pizza that I got at the Mellow Mushroom, and it's the same one. So, and I had some left over because I went yesterday, and when I heated up the rest of it this morning, I put some sprinkles of this on it, just on top for the look, because this already was plenty on it. And I also ate some plain, and at first it didn't feel right in my mouth just because it's got like a powdery coating, kind of like they do with shredded cheese anyway, probably. But anyway, it tastes pretty good. I like it. But I wanted to get the cream cheese, but I didn't see it there. But this is a cheddar block, and it has the ingredients on the back. But it was, like, I think this was $4, and it's not sliced. It's just cheddar cheese, so you can like shred it onto what you want. Maybe cut it and put it on crackers. You know, I just want to see what's available because I love cheese, and I do not want to contribute to those poor cows going through the crap that they go through in order to give me cheese. Can't do it. So I'd rather not have cheese. But if they've found a way to make vegetables taste good and similar to cheese, I'm all for that. I also saw some really great pages out there on how to. They actually sell some artisan cheeses and explain to you how to make them. So you can make cheeses on your own, similar to blue cheese or Gouda. I mean, you can buy them, but I don't know. I sometimes wonder because of the list of ingredients, I feel like if I could just make them, I'd be happier. And they always say, like, almost everything I can find always says non-GMO, like I care. I mean, GMOs, for real. I mean, they're what keeps us alive on this planet half the time. I mean, being able to make more foods that we can eat. Okay, and also, let's see, where I found the Daiya cheese was Whole Foods, and then they also had a lot of different kind of meats that you can buy. So Sandy, I don't know if you have Whole Foods where you live, you probably do, and even a Fresh Market would have it too. Anyway, I had seen a couple videos about jackfruit barbecue, and it's some kind of fruit for real, and it tastes like barbecue. They say that it feels like meat in your mouth even. So I'm excited about that because I haven't really had meat, so I want to try it. But I'm always really picky about my barbecue, so. Oh, I did see a recipe on YouTube, and I liked it as to subscribe to the page from this guy. I'll find it for you maybe later, but this guy, he made some kind of the mushrooms. They look like a penis, kind of a jellyfish with a head on top and a long mushroom. Well, he smoked them with some kind of wood chips in the grill. So they were just on top and they were smoked with this flavor. So they would be smoky flavor. Mushrooms is how they were cooked. Which I suppose I could find some way to do it. I don't know. I could figure it out. But anyway, then he just like put a fork in it and just kind of shredded it. And then put it in the skillet with barbecue sauce. And it was like a smoky barbecue filling for his sandwich. And then he made a coleslaw and put it on bread or whatever. But I wouldn't have thought just to use mushrooms with certain flavors to make a pulled pork sandwich. So, I don't know. Mushrooms are going to be my thing, I think. I absolutely love mushrooms. I think, like for Jay, just the word mushroom turns him off the dish and he won't even try it. But, he's eating his way and I'm eating mine. So, since I already love mushrooms, I really think that's going to be my meat replacement. Except for, B12 and stuff. I gotta figure that out. Anyway, I also have this one other favorite I wanted to list. And now they have this at Farm Fresh Grocery now too, named something else. But Trader Joe's Inner Peas, just like a yummy snack that I like to buy. Anyway, that was it for my trip. I think that was all I needed to say. Except last time I went to the Mellow Mushroom in Richmond, they had a holy shiitake pizza. And I'm new. I'm new at eating in this with this plant-based diet, and I told the guy, it looked benign to me, and I asked him to make the crust vegan, and I asked him not to put cheese on it, and then he said, "Well, how about vegan cheese?" And I said, "Yes, right." The pizza was so good, but yesterday, I went to the Mellow Mushroom near where I live, and I said, "I'd like to order this pizza, and could you please make it vegan?" And she said, "Oh, no, we can't make that vegan because the mushrooms for this particular pizza are marinated in garlic butter." Okay, and I was almost ready to say, "Well, that's fine. Whatever, I'll still have it." Because I'd already, we were getting ready to go somewhere else. We were running late, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Okay, I'll have it. I was trying to figure out what to do. And then she said, also, this and this and this on the pizza are also not vegan because of the way they're made. And so she asked another guy about it, and he said, "Well, you know what? Let me just bring you the vegan menu." And they had a whole menu with all the things that they can make vegan easily, because their crusts are vegan anyway. They just don't want to put the butter and the Parmesan on it, and then for the particular pizza, the veggie pizza with tofu, you just order that with no feta. But I didn't even ask them to, but they substituted the Daiya cheese, which if someone doesn't like that, they would want to know, please don't do that either. But it was so good. It had mushrooms, apparently non-marinated mushrooms. They used plain vegetables for that, so they had roasted red peppers and tomatoes and black olives and broccoli. I never would have thought to put broccoli on there. Banana peppers and some tofu, which really wouldn't be necessary because it looks pretty, but it doesn't have much flavor. So anyway, now I know, and I kept that sheet so that I can, so I don't have to, do that, because it really, I think it embarrasses Jay when I say, how do I make this vegan, or please don't put this on my food or that on my food, and does it have this in it or that, because he doesn't like to ever cause any conflict. But I don't know. I think the more I know, the more I can order without asking questions. Because where I go all the time to eat, I just say, "Can I have this with no cheese, and can you please substitute this?" And they just do it. And when you don't have to ask questions and you just know what you want and what works for that restaurant, you're better off all the way around, because you already know they can do it. And, I don't know. It's a process. I'm a month and a half in. I went from a high fat, low carb diet, eating mostly meats and cheeses and eggs, to practically vegan, eating from January to February, just over that last weekend. Now I eat lower fat, high carb diet with no meats or animal products. And I do have a little problem with the low fat part. I'm trying a lot of new things to make it low fat, but of course, chocolate covered espresso beans and almond butter. Oh, so it's not really low fat all the time. So you're not really losing any weight, which is what I want to do. But right now I'm just learning how to eat a different way. So, I'm not really pushing that so much. But anyway, that's it for tonight. It's 10:39, so this is a pretty long video for me. It's almost 20 minutes. Sorry. Longest one you're going to get probably ever. Okay, good night.